Hello everybody, Bill Thornton, SoCal Saber. Thank you for stopping by. This will be a short video. This is going to be my first look at Army of the Potomac, which just arrived the other day. So let's get the shrink off and start looking at things. Hope you are all having a nice day today. There we go. A little fought me a little bit. People that follow me for a while know that once in a while I run into problems getting the shrink off of things. All right, here we go. What do we have? Army of the Pacific campaigns, 1862 and 1864. So we got the two different generals will be in charge of those different campaigns. We got the Battle of Cold Harbor, the Battle of Fair Oaks and Seven Pines, the 1864 Overland Campaign, 7 days battles, the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse, and the Battle of North Anna. It's in the Civil War Heritage Series, volume number 2, designed by Mark Herman, published by GMT. Okay, looks like we got a lot of maps here. I don't know if I'll get them all up today or not. All right. It says Army of the Potomac is the second volume in the Mark Herman Civil War Heritage Series that began with the Charles S. Roberts Award-winning Rebel Fury. Army of the Potomac is a standalone game in this low-complexity system, which won the designer James F. Dunnigan Award for playability and design. If you know how to play Rebel for Flurry, you can play the individual scenarios in this game right out of the box. In this volume, you are the Union leading the Army of the Pacific under McClellan, 1862, or Grant, 1864, versus the Army of the Northern Virginia under Robert E. Lee. This covers the conclusion of McClellan's 1862 Peninsula Campaign at the 7 days battles. There goes Bill's phone again, folks. Sorry for that. That can be played solitaire or two-player. Also includes Fair Oaks, the ones I just mentioned. And as Grant needs to, what makes this volume stand apart in its operational system for the 1960 Overland Campaign, fought across 12 feet by 3 feet of connected maps, a half a mile per scale. As a bonus, if you own Rebel Fury, you can connect the maps from both games together and experience the entire May 5th to June 5th offensive. Wow. Game contents. Let's see what it says about maps. Of course I can't see it. The unit scale, 2 players, 7 out of 9 on the solitaire suitability. So let's get her up and take a look at what we got in here. Kind of anxious to get this one going. We got a big project coming up the end of the month. I'll talk about later. We got 3 die in here. Okay, we got 2 D10s. Got a gray and a blue. Then we got an orange. I always forget what they call these type of dice, but looks like we're gonna have hits or stuff like that on them. There, so got those. Okay, here's the rules of play. It's a game designed by Mark Herman. Okay. Okay, color. Got the designs for us. Talks about the setup. Talks about the zones of control and so forth. In this one here, if you got enter the second one, it's a zone of influence, and you got to stop when you enter that one. Got some key concepts. Now we're going into a lot of text. Got some, these are design notes and play notes that are highlighted. So for something like on this play note here, it says in some scenarios, the turning movement headquarters set up in an adjacent occupied hex. This is not a mistake and constitutes a general exception to the headquarters placement rules. Okay, so we got different play notes and design notes. Looks like we got a lot of exceptions. And we got some examples. Movement here. Attack phase. More examples. Look like battle examples. And retreat examples there. Entrenchments. Okay. There's the book. What have we got looking at pages? Not counting front and back. I don't know if they're even numbered. Yeah, they are 21. We got a nice index on here. So we're counting the front and the back. We're looking at 25 pages. Not bad. Then we got the playbook for volume 2. This is a ton. This is a ton, folks. This one is heavy. Let's take a look at this. Is 56 pages to the back. Okay. General setup conditions, scenario map alignments, reinforcements, defensive works, game balance and choosing sides, game tracks. And we get to, here we go, scenarios. Scenarios start on game 6 with the Battle of Fair Oaks, 7 Pines. 2 turns, May 31st, 1862 AM and PM. And we got the 7 days battle starting here. Wow, look at all the special rules for 7 days battles. Okay, and then we got the setups. Spotsylvania. This is 11 turns on this one. This gets a little counter heavy right here. Spotsylvania Courthouse. The Battle of North Anna, 2 turns. The Battle of Cold Harbor is 15 turns. Got a lot of counters here. And we got campaign scenarios, campaign rules. I guess if you're doing a campaign. I normally don't do the campaigns. I do scenario by scenario. All right, and then we got an off map display. This is where you can move units around and could cut down some of the congestion on the map. It's the Union off map display. Fredericksburg, Port Royal, Baptist Church. All right, I've got that. And let's see what we got here. Army of the Potomac, 1862, remaining moves. This is for, and here's Fair Oaks. Here's 7 days. On the back, we got the sequence of plays. All right, and then we got another one. This is for Wilderness, Spotsylvania, and North Anna. I'm kind of new, whatever this is here. Have to check that one. Well, I got to check all the rules out. All right. We got 2 of these. Well, if you're playing 2-person, battle rating summaries, tactical position determination, attack results table. We got the terrain effects chart. Talks about terrain type, formation effort, effects, combat effects, and then zone of control and zone of influence effects. All right. Here's the counters. They're a 1/2 inch. Maybe, I don't know, I can never tell the difference in them. I have to get a ruler out. These are pretty small down here. These look like, these are admin counters down here. These ones. These are wagons. These are detachments that you can place in certain times. They are double-sided. Number 2. And we got some maps. Let me put us on pause here. I'll bring out at least one of the maps. Okay, this is map number A. As you can see here, A will be there, and then they're laid out this way. North is, I should have this turned a little bit. I should have it turned the other way because north would be up that direction. And this is where you'll be doing the Battle of Spotsylvania for the courthouse right here. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to use my plexiglass, what I haven't used for quite a while, when I play this, and set it up. So I'm not going to pull all these maps out. There's just too many of them. Some of them are pretty big. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got a look at the contents and so forth. If you're waiting for it, be patient. If you're on the whether to buy it, indecisive whether to buy it or not, I hope that seeing the contents of this helped you out. Down there and hit that like button, folks, and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Help the channel grow some more. Put some comments down there. You have this one yet? What are you thinking about it? SoCal Saber, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.